Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We are in the original shapes. We're biding our time until we get to the new shapes 2. And look at that, we just unlocked level 24. So we have unlocked logic gates. You don't have to be excited about this, but it's actually super cool. So this is going to give us all sorts of control of automating things. And I've mentioned before the make anything machine. When we get to the make anything machine, we are going to use a lot of this stuff and a lot of stuff in the next level too. And I also gave you a transistor. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. We are not going to do the video. I thought it was going to be an in-game. It actually links to a YouTube video, and I will link that YouTube video below. I will show you basics of it, and then we can go from there. I do want to show you what I did. You can see here that things are cleaned up. We've now got 4, 4, 4, and 4 coming in. Nice and easy. Of course, these guys are, they don't matter anymore. Sad but true. We can get rid of all of those. But I did do something different. So you see that right now we have no blueprint shapes coming in. We've got 200 and roughly 220,000 blueprint shapes stockpiled right now. So what I've done is I've made some tweaks and I've created some buttons here. And this is the display. Last time we unlocked the display, I want to show you what that is. So here's the display, and I'm connected to it with the constant, what's it called? The constant signal. So on the constant signal, I just put in the shape just to display it up here. So right now, you can see we've got these guys coming in. Now if I click this and I'll unclick that, now this one's active. What you're going to see is over here, we're eventually going to start seeing some blueprint shapes rolling in. So I'm putting it on myself. See, here they come. And now it's solid blueprint shapes. I'm putting this burden on myself to manually keep an eye on it. And what I've told myself, see, now we're already up to 219.8K. So we've already had almost, over 2,000 come in, 2.9. I've told myself that once we get to like 100,000 left, then I will turn the flow back on. So I wanted to show you what I did. And if we come up here, so we've got the blueprint shapes coming in this way and these shapes coming in this way. So we're using the storage boxes and the filters and this little merger and some wiring. So the wiring is connected to the filter and just basically turns it on. So right now this filter is enabled. We've got a 1 coming through there and a 0 over here, you see? So if I turn them both on, then they'll be, muddied up together. But those wires just run all the way down here. And watch, I'm going to turn this one off and this one on. Now there's going to be a little space. So there's a little space in between me hitting the button. So, okay. So that's what I'm doing for that. And I chose that one because it was close. But also, we've got, see, what we need to do the next upgrade is we have to have 140,000 of these in stock. And we've got almost 1 million. So, we've got plenty of those. So that gives us a big enough buffer if we need to turn it off for a while. And we'll still be getting 3 other lanes of it. Okay, all makes sense. So we do have a new shape, which is this Mamma Jamma over here. Easy. We've got double greenies here and a white football. Pretty easy, actually. So let's do this. We are going to need some stacking. And we can take a square and chop it up and get our two sets of those guys, chop it up and color it green. This is creating yellow for that. That was the last bit of that one. Now remember, we've got a long ways to go. Let's look for football shape. That's where we want to build this. I know there's going to be some around. And again, I'm going to build it out, but I think this time I'm just going to blitz through it and speed it up for you. That last episode got to be a bit lengthy. Come on, the ball. Okay, here's one, and yeah, that's a good stash. We just need 4 full lanes of those, so let's give us a little thing, and that's even the right, yeah, that is in the right orientation, upper left to lower right. Okay, and that's going to be white. Now, before I just go wholesale delete all of these, let's take a look at what we got. So here's some white machines. So let's just reuse those. And so we've got white machines, and then we've got up here painters. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to go quiet for a second and get this all laid out. All right, so now I'm hoping that we have the bottom layer. Yeah, that's perfect. So the bottom layer is done. Now we just need the top layer. And you see we're pulling excess, and we need to, add more to this as well. Because that's just pulling in one section's worth. I'm just going to drain those so we keep these guys moving. Maybe I've got an idea here. Okay, so let's take this mixer. We don't need all that. Let's just take this and those are coming out there. Right, because it's opposite. So if I consider this the top layer and this the bottom layer, that's what we want. We want the bottom to go in on the top and the top to go in on the bottom. So let's do this. Okay, going quiet again. Ta-da! There we go. We've got it. So I believe that's our shape. Sure looks like it. Now we don't have to run all this again. Oh, we just have to delete all that. Boom, boom. And we do have to connect these up and delete that. So I'm trying to zoom out as far as I can without having it go into super far away mode. And these are just going to run right on in. Okay. And are these coming along yet? Oh my goodness, it's so far. No, they're not. Why are they? Because we need to connect them up here. So to there. Now, of course, I need to build out the checkerboard shapes. I need to quad those up. But then everything else is hooked up, I believe. Yeah, everything else is hooked up. I just have to get the shapes going. So I need these ones going that way. Sorry. Okay, I had to do that so it would start running these guys. Hopefully that's not too bad of a delay. Okay, so let's take this and I'm going to I'm just going to chunk them down here. Okay, we'll go back into silent mode. So this is all set up. We have a bit of a roadblock. Oh, we still need, that's probably could be why. I think we need to connect the whites up here. The whites of their eyes. Alrighty. And let's see, did that break the block? No. It's because we had these set. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm cutting them and then pasting them. Then that just resets them all to be fresh. So there's no more roadblock. Okay. So there we go. Those are rocking. And that is going to unlock virtual processing. So quick explanation about that. Virtual processing is similar to the logic gates, but it's done virtually. So let's do a quick look at the logic gates. There are some coming in. So hopefully these will all be good to go. All right. So over in the wire mode, and we are here in the logic gates. So see, we've got stuff over here. So we have an AND gate, we have an OR gate, a NOT gate, and an XOR gate. So again, you get the description up here. So let's switch over here. I mentioned, by the way, a while ago that we're going to get blue wires. We already have blue wires. I've just been using the green ones. So I'm just going to draw some stuff over here. Oops. Okay, and you can see too that a little color difference. So you can see this is a 1, and the ones that are dimmer are zeros. So the bright one, and when you mouse over it, it shows the big 1. Okay, so an AND gate emits a Boolean 1 if both inputs are truthy. All right. So let's get a constant here. I'm going to give it a 1. And I'm going to give this one a 1. Ta-da! So both of these are 1. So you get a 1. Now if we were to change this to 0, then this is 0. Now a 1, it doesn't need to be a 1. It can be anything. Anything other than a 0 will be a truthy value as far as these are concerned. Okay, so here we've got, this is the OR gate. So if this one is the AND, so this and this are truthy, then you get a 1. On the OR gate, if this or this are truthy, you get a 1. So again, remember over here, if we had 1 and 0, we get a 0. Over here, we get a 1 and 0, but we get a 1. And likewise, if this is a 0, then that's a 0. All right. And so this is the NOT gate. So it is basically going to reverse whatever message you give to it. So if we have a 1 in here, it outputs 0. Oh, they do highlight when they're 0. And if this is a 0, it's a 1. Same way, if this is a color, if this is anything other than 0, this will be 0. So 1 will be that. I'm going to change this to 1. I'm going to make these all truthy. All right. Then this guy is the XOR gate. So if one, it will emit a 1 if one of them is truthy, but not both. Okay, so this one, they both have to be truthy. This one, only one has to be truthy, but both can be. this one, if you have 2 1s, then you're going to get a 0. But if you have one that's truthy and one that's not, you're going to get a 1. Okay? So this will all make more sense when we start working on the Make Anything machine, I promise. And I will go slowly and explain it a lot for my own benefit, to be honest, because it's a lot. And look at this. We now have all 4 lanes rushing in pretty much full speed. 16.6 is full speed. So those are cruising along. You see we're already up 11,000. Okay. And we also, another toy that we got was the transistor. And it forwards the bottom input if the side input is truthy. So here's a transistor. If the side input is truthy, so let's give us a little constant there. That is truthy. And we'll run some wires up here. See that right now it's a null value. And we'll say, yeah. So it was a null value because there was no message for it to repeat. All right, so we can change this to a 0, and now you'll see it does not, it goes back to the null value. If this is anything, it becomes that. Okay. And again, you might, switch this to that. So now it's a button. All right, so look, you can combine it. I believe we can combine it with a display. Now let's go back to this. So turn it off, it's off. Turn it on, it's on. And this is just displaying the constant combinator here. We could also, if we wanted to, we could put in a key. All right, so we turn it on. Hey, there's our shape. All right, so that's the transistor. Nothing to do with the radio. But these are actually very similar to the way electronics work. So, it's interesting stuff. Now that we have these gates, I may rework this to see if I could get it into a single button. Just click it to switch it. I think I can do that. So we'll figure that out. We're still over our 100,000 threshold. You can see that we did use a lot creating this chaos down below. But that's good. So we're cruising along. Everything's looking good. I think we can get rid of work 2. Where's work 1? Anything going on over there? Yeah, we can get rid of work 1. And football, we can probably get rid of 2 over here. All right. So good. We are cruising, having a good time. These are rolling in. Let's check our upgrades. Oh my goodness, look at this. We can do an upgrade because we're over 140,000. So it's 35 times 4. That means these two have to be in sync. And then this one is a little bit less than double that. So we can do tier 12, tier 12, tier 12, and tier 12. So now this is 40 times 4, so these have to be 160,000. Again, we're already good here. What's that, 70, 140, 280, we're good here. We're going to get to a point where these are not going to be quick upgrades. And now our belt speed is 16.79, so 16.8 is what we want to see on their gauges here, which is pretty much what we've got. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining. If you enjoy the video and maybe if you learned anything, if you could toss me a like and a subscribe, that would be great. If you want to ring the bell, go nuts. And we do these videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're waiting for Shapez 2 to come out. The demo is out if you want to see what that's going to look like, because it's the same concept, but it's in a 3D environment and it looks gorgeous. and I did a whole series on the demo that was out, no longer available, but the demo was out. The videos are available, so go watch those if you get a chance. And that's going to be it for this one. This is Gramps signing off.